What were you doing? You were just standing there and then you pushed like record and then you sit down. I ruin bits all the time.
Title card.
If you want to do that.
Yeah, let's do that. That's quite funny. Hello and welcome to NPCs of Tal'Dorei, reviewing episode 105 of Critical Role. Myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and
Dave,
the player.
Sorry,
I know.
You had gone a couple of weeks without saying that.
That time I didn't even. That just came out. I didn't even mean to. I was honestly not going to. It's just a natural reaction now. We're going to discuss episode 105 of Critical Role. Next week there is a break for taking a week off.
For Comic-Con.
For Comic-Con, of course. But we're not. We'll be reviewing episode 1.
Well, with our friend...
Olivia.
Yeah. So, yeah, I put it out there. Oh, by the way, for those listening, I'm sick today.
Yeah.
I'm very sick. He's paranoid about everything I touch.
Because this is my room, so I'm just making sure it doesn't touch like my mouse and keyboard and stuff.
Probably how I got sick.
Can't really comment. Anyway, so Dave is sick, so he's going to...
Yeah, I'm sick, so I've been nasally and all that. But yeah, next week we'll have a review of episode 1.
Yeah.
Of Critical Role. Obviously, we've watched it before, but Olivia hasn't. So
yeah.
she's going to watch the episode, sit down with us, give her first impressions, and we'll obviously talk about the episode.
And she's never seen Critical Role before, has she?
No.
No, so yeah, we get to see...
I think she's seen a few clips.
Right, yeah, she would have, yeah. So we essentially get to see a critter's journey right from the start. Hey! But for now...
every time they have a break, and it happens so rarely. Yeah. We're probably like, in 5 years, I'll get to episode like 6.
Well, next year's Comic-Con. Yeah. Anyway, we are not here for this today. Today we're here for 105, which was a fantastic episode, possibly one of my favourites in the history of everything.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best guest performances we've ever had. So the guest, for those that don't know, is Darren DePaul.
Famous voice actor.
Yes. What roles has he done?
Thanks.
See, this is what happens when you step on my line.
I thought you were too sick to call me out.
No,
you go.
I may be sick, but I can still give you credit.
I'll just have a cup of coffee.
See, I introduced him to plunger coffee, and that's pretty much the only thing he drinks now. So I'm a bit worried.
You can drink coffee that you brewed yesterday, right?
Anyway, so yeah, Darren DePaul, he's the voice, more commonly known nowadays as Reinhardt from Overwatch, which is one of Matthew Mercer's games that he's in, because he plays McCree.
Sorry, I'm stepping on your lines again. Sorry, that's probably how they met.
Yeah, that's very, very insightful. Wow, I'm blown away by that river. I thought they may have just grown up together because they look the same age and everything.
Can I edit this one?
Yeah, you can edit.
I'm going to edit this one.
You can edit. Why?
Because I'm going to put a little bar down the bottom and text every time you insult me. I'm just going to put like a little count.
Like a tally?
Yeah, an insult count.
You make it too easy.
Anyway,
I think in your life you get away for saying shit, but people just roll it. And I'm the only one that actually says it, so that's why you're like, oh, you're so offended. I'm like, I'm just calling you up on shit
this
you say.
This is literally 100% true. Anyway, yes, he played Sprig, the gnome, the elderly, I would say, gnome, who had just absolutely wonderful, hilarious moments. His whole eccentric, high-energy kind of demeanour of kind of innocence and confusion was absolutely enthralling.
But what we'll do first is we'll run through the episode until we get to Sprig.
Right.
So basically we go off to see the Erishari through the I was about to use a swear word, the Dick Tree.
Plane shift.
Through the Dick Tree.
That's what I've written down, Dick Tree.
Dick Tree, yeah. I was going to use another word that starts with A, but we'll call him Dick Tree.
Yeah. So, Keyleth, the tree that they'd met in the previous episode on the Isle of Renewal, was a bit of a dick. They decide, Keyleth's like, we should plane shift, let's go through a tree, sweet, nowhere. Dick Tree.
Dick Tree. But I don't think we didn't have an interaction, which I was kind of disappointed by.
Yeah.
But anyway, they go to the Erishari. It's pretty much like they're still looking for more stones of power, they're still kind of looking for more help around the world, and then they come across a little hut after they go see the Erishari.
Before that, just briefly, a line that I wrote down because it made me cry a little bit was more than most I've had. Vax was talking about his life and the journey and the friends and the things that he's encountered and the possibility that could be coming to an end. But
Vax and Vex did have like a nice little character moment.
Some real nice little like role play at the start. I just thought I'd mention that because
that was good.
Yeah. So Erishari, one of the 4 main groups of Ishari. for each of the elements.
What are the 4?
Fire, earth, wind, air, power, heart.
That is power.
Without powers combined!
Oh, I can't ask for that.
And Keyleth is Irishari, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
She's done her Argumente.
Yeah.
Well, that was really
That was
nice.
a nice moment. That was a good moment.
That was a good moment.
Glad we had that on camera.
Yeah. So anyway, we come across a house. While they're kind of camping and journeying through, they find a little house and they give it a bit of a knock, and then they find a little gnome and a Zims.
Yeah.
It's called
Sprig. And his invisible frog friend. Yeah.
Is the frog actually
I hope so.
there?
I don't know, it's one of the great mysteries of Sprig. So Sprig answers the door and, oh, hello, I can't do it, but, oh, hi, it's lovely to see. He's the very, very eccentric character, which is fantastic. I love eccentricity.
So he was just an elderly gnome that used to be an adventurer who lost all his friends. And I think he was a bit of like, Scanlan could become this. I think that was the kind of character sort of moment, but it wasn't really fleshed out too much.
Like the movie Dazed and Confused, where Pink, Wooderson, and Mitch are all the same person at various stages of their lives. Anyway, so we meet Sprig.
I think we finally found a movie that you've seen. I haven't.
Yes! Yeah. Alright. So we meet Sprig, who's lovely, and we also meet Sprig's imp, who's a little less welcoming and friendly.
Yeah, but they've got good banter.
They have excellent banter.
Yeah, it's kind of like me and you don't actually like each other.
Exactly. Yeah, we're actually mortal enemies. We never speak other than NPCs in the game.
There's actually sometimes it's very true.
So yeah, Sprig and the imp and the invisible friend frog, which we're still not sure if that's a real thing.
Yeah. But this is a very good good kind of character, and you can definitely see the power of having a voice actor or an actor playing D&D, and the fact that they can dive into those characters a lot easier and a lot more convincingly than a normal player. It doesn't mean it's like normal player sucks. It's just that's the way they enjoy the game and they bring their work home with them, sort of.
Well, I figure that a voice actor, especially, has already done most of the groundwork of character building, because as an actor you need to understand the characters, you need to create them. As a voice actor you need to really get into that. So just having those skills already, and it
helps them enjoy the game more and helps us enjoy watching it a lot more.
Yeah. I was actually watching the chat throughout this episode. Usually I have it full screen, but I had it windowed because it was an interesting episode. The chat loved Sprig as well, man. All the critics were going nuts for this guy.
Yeah, amazing. People say Reinhardt.
Yeah. From Overwatch. Yeah, I learned something today. That's funny.
So in Overwatch, he actually plays a huge character. So it's actually a really cool parallel. You go from a huge character with a massive hammer and a shield to a little gnome guy.
That's why I hope if in the new campaign, Grog comes back as a gnome.
That would be cool. That would be very interesting. But
So
I think because Pike's a gnome, though, I think it'll be...
but new campaign, she could be a barbarian.
A barbarian Goliath. Female barbarian Goliath. And then he...
becomes a gnome, something with an int as his highest spec, like a wizard or a sorcerer.
That would be interesting.
So I wrote down one of my notes, Matt and Sprig, such a good combination of role players. The stuff they had back and forth was like top-notch, could have been actually scripted. Can't believe this is improv. Wow, that's amazing.
It's like they met on like some video game.
No, I'm pretty sure, because I saw this online, they actually grew up together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's weird, because they don't know. I go with the bit, you just laugh. I was going with it.
I haven't had enough coffee today.
No, apparently not. Funny enough, also, one of my brilliant moments, because I always love these moments, is when Grog offers him a card from the Pygmy Things.
Yes.
I really wish, and kind of like, part of him wanted to take it.
Yeah.
Everyone else was giving the indication no, and so he was like torn between doing it.
I actually, because as soon as Grog said, I have something for you, I went, oh my god, it's the deck.
Yeah.
But there's this moment. Okay, so we meet Sprig. Sprig goes with the party for him, and they're chatting, and then you see Matt, and I see this look on his face that I've seen before, and I understand very well. It's that slight smile. Everyone roll a dex save.
Yeah. And then Vecna's forces arrive. Yeah. So somehow Vecna's been watching them. So
possibly Scrying.
No one really knows how. Like Scrying, how does Scrying work?
Well, it's different depending on how you do it.
Okay, what's your...
So Scanlan, and the way that Scanlan uses it...
Because like my theory is the fact that they had an item.
Yeah.
And they can use that to scry on them.
That's probably what it is.
So like, because Vax died...
Yeah.
They only took his armour.
Yeah.
So he probably left other things behind, so they could scry him that way?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. See, there you go.
Multiple ways of doing it, but yes, essentially Vecna, or it could have been old school. He could have just had someone following him. We don't know. It's more likely to Scribe, but it's possible.
It's more likely Scribe because, and also he was like, you found him as well, like Sprig. So I'm guessing Sprig had something to do with it as well.
But anyway,
it's very vague. A lot of vagueness.
Make a deck save. Arrows come from all sides. Sprig.
The guest dies.
Yeah. It was very...
Yeah, he falls on the floor. I remember he tried to knock over a bookcase.
Yeah.
When he was on the ground. It was very unfortunate that happening, but I guess that's one of the things with D&D, you can't really predict everything.
Yeah. And essentially, once the arrows had been loosed and hit their targets, the guys bolted. And we had Kiki saying cowards, and Vex, a little less elegantly, dicks. As they just kind of...
I think he's reached the point he doesn't care. He's like, gotta go down.
So then we have some awesome combat next, which is fantastic.
Awesome combat.
Awesome combat.
What happened?
Yeah. So, I think one of my favourite things was Percy going...
Awesome.
Going madness.
No, what combat? Okay.
And then Action Surge. Action Surge is one of my absolute favourite abilities. Feats abilities. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a feat. It essentially allows you to just take 2 actions. If Vax is using it, for example, he would be able to do like dagger, 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 Action Surge, dagger, dagger, dagger. It would be ridiculous. But Percy essentially bad news is some bad assness.
You could say he brought bad news to someone. But
and then Vax.
My jokes are worse.
What freaked me out is when you went as soon as you did the machinery next door made a noise. Anyway, Vax does 60 points of damage with a nat 20, which was wonderful. That's a lot of damage to do on a single hit.
Even though you think, it's just doubling, it's not that too much. Like, typically when people roll nat 20, good shit happens.
Yeah.
Like, in our game, like, when Nikolai's did the Eldritch Blast, and it just, like, evaporated someone you've had in your mind for so long. It was
awesome, man.
It was a very unexpected moment. So Nats can really turn the game.
Yeah,
and really put the DM on his feet, I reckon.
Yeah. Other moments. I've just written down the fury and rage of Keyleth as she unleashes Firestorm, which I do believe is a 9th level or 8th level spell, very powerful, and she casts it around the edge of the houses where the guys that were firing the arrows were. But
there was a bit of disagreement with that.
There was some real rule kind of stuff.
I think it's any person who's ever been in public and fighting with their partner would feel for Matt and Marisha and Matt. You could see the tension, even though we want to be fighting about this, but we won't. We'll talk about it later.
I just often picture the pillow talk between Matt and Marisha, late at night, and just, good night, babe. Night, babe.
No, I can mention the pillow talk, Marisha's in the bed and Matt's on the floor.
And the doghouse goes Caleb.
Yeah.
Got a goldfish and hit the rocks.
Not letting that down. But
and also we had someone rolling with what was called super disadvantage, which is not a real thing, but Matt decided to.
But did you?
Double
I don't know whether I would have let her get away with that.
No. There are some mechanics, especially when you homebrew, that you can tweak.
Yeah.
Super disadvantage and super advantage, I think, are things that I would not tweak.
Yeah. I think it's a hard balance.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it works in your game, but you can always change it as you go. But I think with what Matt and Critical Role have done, because they've done the campaign book, which came out this week.
Oh my god! I'm trying to convince my boss to stock it at the store where I work, and we might.
Oh, awesome. I think one of the problems they have is the fact that they can't really change too much because they now have written a book and it's sold. Yeah. So they can't change too much with the rules, but I think you should always be running a DM game that you're okay with changing the rules as long as you actually clearly state it to the players when that changes.
So, after you watch this, go check out the Tal'Dorei setting of campaign D&D. That's going to be brilliant. I'm probably going to pre-order it or wait till it comes in the shop and I get staff discount. Then we
might do a review of a Dragon Table when we ever start doing those again.
That sounds fantastic. We're trying to backlog those. So then we have a Beholder, and when the Beholder comes out, you see the whole table go, bollocks. Because that's one of their probably greatest enemies that they've faced.
I think that's such an easy name to say as well, Beholder. just turned into a beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the eyes, but I look more like a deer.
Yeah, I don't. That's weird.
Anyway,
I don't think you know what a beholder looks like. I think you probably just like like that,
attaching images.
an eye. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, the battle happens, and ultimately they end up defeating her. Let's just get through that.
Yeah,
so,
most of this episode was combat, and it's more fun to watch than talk about.
I think with Gesaris, that they ended up like doing what they had, and there was like no major consequences that happened throughout the battle, other than people using the high level spells and so forth. But that can easily be recovered.
So they plane shift.
Yes, they plane shift to the
Celestial
Library where Loon is.
Mm.
So from what I'm researching, we could be wrong here because we literally only just did it before we sat down. Loon is the moon. Is like the goddess of the moon. Or I think I thought it was afterlife.
Right.
Because once they got to the library, all the books were like people's lives.
Souls and stuff,
Yeah, so I thought it was like the afterlife.
We tried to find it and did not.
The closest thing we got is to like.
And a loon is like
Saloon.
Luna.
We got Saloon.
Saloon was the name of it.
Yeah,
Correct us in the comments.
But it could be like a homebrew god.
Yeah, it could be.
Because a loon is in World of Warcraft, and all these players have been in World of Warcraft, so it could be like attached to that.
Then we have this great moment. I mean, the Celestial Library itself was incredible. The way Matt described it, and I'd love to just be there and read those books because they tower right to the top.
It's cool that we're actually visiting all the gods, though.
Yeah,
we're slowly getting through all the gods, and I think that's really cool, kind of painting the picture. Because I don't think we dive too much into it. Obviously, we've got characters that follow certain gods.
Yeah,
but we don't actually see them. We don't know their personas.
Because most of the religious stuff in the campaign so far has mainly been Serenray through Pike.
Yes, Serenray and Raven Queen.
And Raven Queen, yeah.
And slowly we're kind of getting everyone else on board. And these gods do exist, like our games that we have. Especially, I don't know how much you have on Black Window Nights, but...
Not very. We've got Gorsak who worships Palor, and not much else religion.
Okay.
But in Sunday game, Eyes of Elysia.
We've got basically the same. So we've got someone that's goes for the Raven Queen as well.
Yeah.
And we also got...
Sephinine, Estes...
This is, yeah.
And
my character knows of all the gods.
Yeah.
Because he tried when he was young, but now he's anti it.
Yeah.
So that could come into play later. Yeah. But anyway.
We have this great moment where Sam finds out that Percy and Vex are married.
Scanlan.
Scanlan, sorry.
Well, no, Scanlan knew they were betrothed.
Yeah.
So they come... Because basically when Vex was going through Palor, becoming a follower and all that, Percy said betrothed in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So this is the first confrontation of that word of kind of working out what that actually entails. Because betrothed could be to be married or already married.
Yeah. So Scanlan finds out that they are already married and immediately starts going, "Oh my god, I have to tell people!" And Percy goes, "Cone of Silence!" And then there's this really cool moment where the three characters in Cone of Silence at the table started going...
Yeah.
And it was hilarious.
Well, Sprig did a bit on the side. I also liked how he started that by just going for his flute, because that's how they kind of confronted that.
Yeah. And
the fact not sure how it ultimately ended, because not unsure, but unsure what people actually know. Because Keyleth and Vax come back.
Yeah.
And they say, do they say married?
Yeah,
they eventually come out and say you're married.
Yeah.
And they don't really finish that kind of thing. They kind of just dismiss it, and Keyleth storms off.
Although there is a great moment where I think it was Grog goes, "Do I have to get you gifts?" And Percy goes, "No, they eloped." He goes, "Good."
So I think that's going to come back.
Yeah.
It feels like that issue, that drama's not finished.
Question.
They got married. Yeah.
How many episodes do you think we are till the end of the campaign?
Well, this is a very filler episode. This is like a journey episode with a bit of filler.
Yeah.
I think they will go through all the gods first. I'm not sure which gods we got left.
Quite a few if they're using the Dawn Order it is.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then coming up with a plan.
Yeah.
Because once they're getting these stones of power and they're getting little artifacts to help them. But whether they get the artifacts and go straight into it, or whether they get the artifacts, kind of go back to Whitestone and kind of.
But I mean, there is the time-sensitive thing. Like the longer they leave Vecna unchallenged.
I would say 10 episodes before we confront Vecna again.
Okay.
And I'll say 15 episodes until the campaign's over, because I think the campaign's gone on for so long, there's no way the Battle Vecna in the credits roll.
No, there's going to be tons of tying up and epilogue.
There's going to be epilogue episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll take 50. I know that's a little bit generous, but
I was going to say 10. I was going to say 10.
I'll take. Or is it including
to the whole? Yeah, including epilogue.
I think. No, I don't think they'll battle Vecna so quickly right after the defeat.
I do think the Vecna battle episode will be the most intense combat and probably the longest combat.
That's why I think they'll do a lot of build up.
Yeah,
they'll because they went in not really unprepared, but they just weren't. They didn't do enough.
Yeah.
So now they've got all the gods. I think they're going to go to all their pals, get all the reinforcements they can, get everything they can, and set up a potential trap. For Vecna.
Yeah.
And I think it will really depend on what Matt's got in mind of the time frame. Because if Matt's got in his mind that over X amount of time, these events happen, what Vecna do.
Yeah.
So it depends on how quickly Vox Machina go through time.
Right.
And at the moment, they haven't wasted too much time.
It's true.
It's only been
There's a lot of
3 or 4 days since their battle.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So those are some predictions there for the next couple of episodes.
Yeah.
We do believe that is everything from episode 105.
Yeah. So next week there is no Critical Role, unfortunately, sadly, because of
Comic-Con,
as we mentioned at the beginning of the episode. So next week we will do episode 1 of Critical Role, which I haven't seen for a very long time. It's been a few years, and there's got to be members of the cast that are no longer here. It's going to be quite interesting seeing how they start their stream in comparison to what we know now, because there's a lot of changes. And
we'll have with us Olivia, who plays Maple in Eyes of Alicia, which is our game, and she has never seen Critical Role before. She watches Adventure Quest, I think it's called.
Does she?
The podcast.
Adventure Quest?
Something. I'll look it up and put it in the description. So she'll be here, and we'll get to see, someone experience Critical Role for the first time.
And just to end the episode we're actually just talking about, it all ended with, I believe, Illumined about to speak. So that's a nice way.
Where we'll start.
And it looks like Darren DePaul, Sprig, is going to come back.
Yes!
So, based on what the conversation they had at the end, after this week, we're going to have more Sprig. So
judging by the chat and the Critical Role fan pages on Facebook, Sprig, man, everyone's giving a lot of love for Sprig, and me as well, because he was fantastic.
I think it was an awesome addition.
Yeah. That's about it. So remember, check out on the YouTube, our YouTube channel, D20 Multiverse. We've got Eyes of Alicia and Black Winter Nights, the 2 games that I run, and Stefan plays and produces both of those. And then we've got Dragon Tavern, more of this, NPCs of Tal'Dorei and the like. And we're just bringing D&D to you guys, because it's the greatest thing in the universe.
And thank you all 41 subscribers out there.
Yeah, we're nearly at the old mid-millennium century. 50. So 41 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. That really means a lot to us. We enjoy this, and we'll be back next week with episode 1. And then back to the Critical Role with 106 the week following. Thank you guys for watching.
See ya.